virtues, which is like the same way to say your values. And this training is a big time training. This is part of the big investment I made with Matt Morris's Inner Circle. I have his permission to teach this to you tonight. And I'm just really excited to help you all go to the next level, in your business. So during the actual recording, I'm going to need you guys to just type in the chats and interact with me in the chat, because I'm going to be, I won't be interactive because I have this mic. So that way, when I'm turned and writing, you guys can still hear me. And then we can maybe open it up for questions at the end when I'm not on the mic. Let me turn on the chat here. And Dad, if you don't mind, I guess I could probably do this, spotlighting myself or spotlight for everybody. There we go.
Oh, did you spotlight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can record to the cloud?
Yeah, I'll record to the cloud. That'll be perfect.
Okay. So I got everything. I'm powered and
okay.
Go ahead and record.
Okay.
Usually it's like almost 2 gigs.
Yeah, I know it becomes pretty large.
2 hours. It's kind of, I don't know if we can break it up. You got to planning any shut breaks in the middle or?
No, it's going to be all the way through. There'll be no breaks. So It's just going to be a large file, but thank you, man, for all your support with these huge files. Hope you delete them off your computer.
It's to the cloud. So I just download it from the cloud. Well, that's true. It does go. Those
oh yeah. Get all that off your computer, man.
To my downloads. You're right.
All right. So I think I'm ready to start this recording. I want to encourage you guys to take notes if you can. I know some of you might be driving or multitasking. I want to shout out to Eric Cisneros and Cassidy Andrade, new associates who are going to be on here. This will be recorded. And no,
probably not. Probably not.
Hold on. Okay. How about this mic? Do you hear it?
No.
Do you hear me? Thumbs up if you hear me. You hear me, but you don't hear this mic. Okay, hold on. Do you hear me now? Better or at all? Nothing?
Not the tapping.
Testing 1, 2.
You sound great.
I'm tapping. Do you hear me tapping on this mic?
No.
Okay. Okay. Do you hear me? You should hear me on this mic now. How about here if I'm over here? Do I sound further away, or give me a thumbs up if you hear me well?
Sounds good.
Okay. How about now? Do you hear me okay now? Still hear me good? Then this is the mic. Okay. Because otherwise you would not hear me well. Okay.
No tapping.
So we're good.
Cool. Look good too, man.
You don't hear the tapping, but you hear me.
Yes.
Do I sound just as loud here as over here? Give me a thumbs up if I sound loud here. Do I sound loud enough here?
Yeah, loud enough.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because the mic, I mean, this mic right here, if my head is over here and I'm talking, you guys don't hear anything.
Right.
So I'm going to rely on you guys to type in the chat. I need your support and your energy by you typing in the chat. Okay. So everyone hears me okay? Am I softer by the board? Am I softer by the board over here? Give me a thumbs up if you hear me by the board. Do you hear me by the board?
Yes, can hear you by the board.
Okay? Or am I softer by the board?
You're softer, but it's okay. It's loud enough.
Softer by the board, but can hear me. I'm about half at the board.
You're louder when you're over by the mic.
Well, if I'm softer by the board, I might not even use this.
I think.
Do you hear me better now at the board? Do you hear me better now at the board? Better now at the board?
Yes.
Better now at the board. Do you hear me at the board?
Same.
I can hear you at the board. It's just not as loud as when you're by the other mic.
I don't think that mic's working, man.
That mic's not working.
You guys think this mic is working? Like,
No.
do you think this mic is working?
No.
You don't think it is?
No.
No.
All right. We're going to let this mic go. It was a good try.
I'm
just going to have to be. What?
I would hear you thumping on it if it worked. Pretty sure.
Yeah, that's too bad. I don't know what happened there. I'll have to figure that out later. All right. So I'll just be very sensitive to crystal clear on your brand and your ideal avatar. We're also going to be talking about developing your core virtues today and also talking about pain versus possibility. And this is week 3 of the Matt Morris Inner Circle that I do have his permission to teach to you tonight. And I just got to say that I started this and I invested into this program because I feel that Matt Morris has some things that I'm missing in my game. And namely, the main thing that I'm learning is all about a system to develop your character. You know how they say that success happens by the person you become? Type into the chats if you've heard that before. Type yes if you've heard that. Your success comes by the person, your character, right? It's developed by the person you become. Well, how do you become that person? Like if you're not that person now, how do you get there, right? That's called a character development system. So today I'm going to be talking about certain things that you can do every day to develop your character. Now, many of you are watching this as your first video. There were 2 videos prior that I will provide you guys a recording to that you can actually backtrack and watch the first 2 trainings that I did. But I just got to say that, the things that create your character are having a personal vision statement, knowing your core purpose and having it written out, doing a gratitude exercise for 5 minutes every day, and knowing your virtues. So we're kind of doing like the last thing here. But this process, if repeated over and over and over and over, is going to change your identity. All right. It's going to impact you on a deep, deep level. Not only will you be developing your character, but you're also a big part of this. They call it the learning stack, where you have to either read 10 pages a day of a good book plus take notes, or listen to 30 minutes of a personal development audio and take notes. You being on this today with me would count for your personal development for the day, but you need to do this every single day. And that's how you develop they call it your learning stack. Okay. And what does all this do? This gives you psychological fuel because you are going to face failure. You are going to face rejection, and you're going to go through plateaus where you don't feel like you're growing. And if you're not doing your identity, they call it your identity stack. If you're not doing your identity stack every day with your personal vision and your core purpose, if you're not doing your learning stack, which is your reading or your listening plus notes, then you're going to quit. All right. And that's why so many people quit, because they don't have the psychological fuel. So you have to give yourself the psychological fuel in addition to taking action and doing the tactics. Right now, where I made mistakes in the past is I just taught tactics. I didn't have a very clear psychological fuel stacking system to teach to my team members. Right. And even in just the last 3-4 weeks that I've been doing this myself and teaching it to my core team members, this has been just a game changer. And especially for the new people we're bringing in and teaching this and making this a culture. Right. So this is some heavy stuff. And here's one thing I got to say. No matter what tactics you use, like a tactic would be, do you like to present with a 3-way phone call, or do you like to present with a work from anywhere presentation? It doesn't matter the tactic. What matters is your inner game. Nothing will work if the inner game isn't working. I could give you the best scripts, or I could give you the worst scripts. You'll still succeed with the worst scripts because your inner game is good. Okay, so I want you to still do the tactics, do whatever your upline is teaching you, do whatever your team is doing for presentations, for prospecting, and still work hard on the tactics. But the inner game needs to be happening too. Okay. And so that's really what we're going to be talking about today, on getting crystal clear in your brand and ideal avatar. Now, this right here is, this is part of the workbook I want you guys to have pulled up right now. This is called Getting Crystal Clear on Your Brand and Ideal Avatar. And everybody hold this up if you have it. I see lots of you have it. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So I want to encourage you guys all also to turn on your webcams if you are watching and you're paying attention and you're taking notes, or even if you're not, even if you're multitasking, I want to see you guys on your webcams. I want to say hi to all of you. And I see a lot of you on your webcams. It's very exciting. And I need to ask you a favor. Could you all please take a moment throughout this webinar and capture me on your story? all right, of Instagram and tag me, all right? And we're going to create a wave of engagement. You're going to help me. That's how you can say thank you to me tonight, is by doing that. Okay. And so hopefully I get to reshare a bunch of tags throughout the night. All right. So let's get started in on this. So if you don't have this, it's okay. You can still take notes on what I write down, and you can always print this out later. But I'm going to basically be like going right along and reading it with you and just highlighting the things that are the most important on the noteboard. Okay. So we are right here on page 1. Why the avatar is important. Okay. So number one thing to know is that everyone isn't your prospect. How many times have we heard in trainings, everyone's your prospect everyone? Well, I got news to tell you. Everyone is not your prospect. Okay. When you're marketing to everyone, you're marketing to no one. You need to focus your marketing on people who are open to and looking for what you have to offer. You want people who want to build a business, so they will stick out and do what they need to do to succeed. So who is your ideal prospect? Get clear on who your prospect is, and this will help your marketing, make your marketing relatable and relevant. Honing in on who that prospect is will not only give you clarity on what to post, but you will also get clarity on branding. Becoming a valuable resource. What problems can you solve for your avatar with your content? And then top of mind. Your brand will become top of mind when your avatar is searching for a solution. You will become the trusted advisor. When you're consistent with your brand and message, people will think of you first for the answers. All right, so these are the four points that I'm going to write down here. So again, I'm going to have to come back to the mic. So the first point is everyone isn't your prospect. The second point is you need to become relatable and relevant. Number 3 is you need to become a resource. And you become a resource by putting out content about leadership or financial stability, or you become a resource by putting out even something that's funny that just shows your personality. You become a resource, okay? And you also avoid posting things like politics, and you avoid posting things like religion or controversy also, okay? Because that's not a resource. And if you do this more and more and with consistency, you're going to become top of mind, meaning people are going to look at you and they're going to say they're ready because you've become at the top of mind because you've been doing these things, right? Okay, so did everyone write this down? Because I'm about to erase it. We got thumbs up. Screenshot this if you need to. All right, let's move on. Okay, now I'm going to talk about what not to do. All right, so I want you guys to type in the chats what not to do. What are network marketers doing that is like not working? So type in the chats. What do you think? Posting pictures of products, that doesn't work. Spamming doesn't work. Okay. All right, what else not to do? Posting replicated company website links. If you have your USANA link on your profile, like if it's under your about info, you need to remove it. Remove it because you look like an amateur, and you also, it's just people don't want your link. Why do people get on Facebook? Do they go to be sold to, or do they go to just see what's going on in their friends' lives? Maybe be entertained by scrolling. They don't want to see, right. They don't want to see your link. Okay. So I want you guys, that's an assignment. If you have your USANA link on your webpage, I know a lot of you do, you need to take it off. Okay. Now this type of stuff is just 101. Okay. Number 3. Okay. Something else not to do. No posting. I'm looking for 5 more go-getters to join my team. I know we've seen some people do that, and it doesn't work. Okay. So again, you got to think about what your audience wants. Your audience doesn't want to join your team and feel all like, it's just, ooh, you know, it's cringy. All right. Now, number 4 is, now I've actually never heard of this, sending a copy paste hey girl messages. Does anyone know, has people heard of that? Hey girl messages? Now, I will say this. If you're sending any type of copy paste that like invites people without building a relationship, that's also, hey girl guy may be a bot. Okay. Yeah. If you're doing any type of thing that doesn't build relationship, then you're basically just going to be a spammer. So, these things are obviously important not to do. Remember, your audience has some certain things that they're wanting and they're looking for. And it's not these, not your products, not your USANA link, not your I'm looking for 5 to join, or hey girl stuff. All right. So yeah, hey girl, I thought of you for my XYZ. Yeah, exactly. How many of you have received a message that said, hey girl? You know? Right. Yeah, Vicky has. Oh, Vicky Parker, thank you for that. All right. So I think we understand. Does everyone got this? Does everyone need to take a screenshot of this? I'll give you guys a second here. Give me a thumbs up if you're good to go. Then we can go on to the next one. All right. So some of the things that have come in the comments so far is negative. Yeah, don't post negative stuff. I'm so cleaning up my Facebook. Yeah, do not post Ask the Scientist. Yeah, exactly. All right. Becky says, don't talk to them only once. Yeah, you want to talk to your prospects and build relationship, right? All right. So now here's the thing. Marketing to everyone is like marketing to no one. So now I'm on page 2 for those of you who have the printout. Marketing to everyone is like marketing to no one. It's time to get specific and narrow down your audience. The broader your audience, the less your message is heard and felt. When people can feel your message, they immediately connect with you. You will never know what to post if you don't know what struggles you solve for your prospect or your avatar. You must know what they're going through and how you can help them. Without clarity, your posts get lost in the social media sea of noise. Okay, so becoming a professional marketer, delivering the right message to the right audiences will get you the right results. Consider how automobiles companies market. When a car company is attempting to sell their compact smart cars, they don't put a lot of ad spend into an area with a demographic of consumers who buy monster trucks. When they know their avatar, they work to attract them. People will reach out based on emotion, so we must know which emotions to play on. Your posts will become more intentional. And with this, people will start reaching out. When you understand who your ideal prospect is, what they look like, their habits, interests, aspirations, and challenges, you'll be much more effective in marketing to them. Okay, so I just want to say this to all of you because, you know, most of you are new to marketing, or at least using social media to prospect. If you have any self-doubt about this process, just know that you can still do this. You can still do this. Okay. I want you guys to just know that you can learn this. When you start to learn this and you start to do this, you'll see. But right now, just believe in yourself, and also commit to the process. Trust the process. You know, follow these directions. And that's really one of the rules for engagement. They told us on this is don't quit, do the assignments. All right. So let's go to page 3. Who do you want to attract? Okay. So I'm going to actually have people type in the comments. I want you to think about some of you have the printout. So if you have the printout, write what you're passionate about. But I want you guys to write in the comments, what are you passionate about? Like, so I'm going to look at the names here. Randy Krebs, what are you passionate about? Joe Peterson, what are you passionate about? Liz Hamilton, Paula Kestel, Angela Midot, what are you passionate about? Type it in the chat. All of you, I want to see what you guys are passionate about. And you're writing this for you, right? So write what you're passionate about. I got a screenshot who's on here because I got to see which of my team members made it tonight. Hello, Team DSI. Shout out to you. I know many of you are on right now. All right. So I am seeing my health and fitness, family and fitness for families, family fun, vacationing, road trips, lifelong learning, pickleball and educating others, horses, charity, vacations. Perfect. Okay. So I love everything. Everything here is awesome. So what you just typed out is what you need to show on social media without selling USANA. Don't talk about USANA. Just show yourself doing all the things you just typed. Okay. Because you're going to build relatability. I love to go visit my grandma. You know how much that impacts my prospects? You know how much they trust me? You know, like that shows that I have family values, right? So I think you guys understand, like, that's part of what you got to do. All right. So the next question is, who are you? What is unique about you that you can share on social media? So I think we've already had you guys type that in. By the way, here's mine. Leadership, working out, hobbies, karaoke. I like health. I like personal growth. I like salsa dancing. All right. So I have my own, right? Who do you want to serve? Okay. Now I'm going to answer this one right now for all of you. People with a business mindset. If you really want to grow your business, you have to attract leaders. All right. So I want, there are companies that have a leading with the product approach. And I know that we need to be very compliant when we lead with the business, but I just want you guys to know that USANA is a company that really goes when you lead with the business. Like, if you can build business people and attract leaders, you're going to grow. And if it's just a customer base, there's always going to be a limit to what you can do. All right. So I want you guys to focus on the USANA business. Okay. I want you guys to attract business builders. So don't be a leading with the products person. Get them on the products later, after they see the vision of USANA, right? And have them sign up with a bigger pack and have a business mentality. Your job is not to sell USANA. Your job is to cultivate a leadership mentality in the people that you present to. All right. So they don't buy you. I'm sorry. They don't buy USANA. They buy you, right? You guys know, you've heard that. People don't buy USANA. They buy you first. Okay. So I want you guys to put there, you want to serve people with a business mindset. All right. That's who you want to attract. So I'm going to have you, that's your assignment. Okay. Write that down. What could you talk about all day with excitement? Again, your hobbies. Okay. So what is your vision? Okay. This call, this recording is for people whose vision is to have one of the largest organizations in the history of network marketing. Okay. If you're working with me, if you're listening to this right now and you want to really pay attention and get value, then you need to have a vision like that for your business. Okay. What is your vision? To develop one of the largest organizations in the history of network marketing. One of the largest, most successful businesses in all of USANA. All right. So that's the vision that you got to have. And if you build that vision, you're going to help 1,000 times the people get healthy on the products. Okay. So, all right. So I'm going to actually, I'm going to write that down. To develop one of the largest organizations in the history of network marketing in USANA. Does everyone screenshot that? That's what we're here to do. That's what everyone on this call is here to do. Okay, everyone got that? Nikki Fabros, goosebumps. Oh, well, I've been playing way too small. That's right. One of the largest and most successful organizations in the history of network marketing in USANA. All right. So in order to do that, you're going to need to develop leaders, and you're going to need to grow as a leader. And the way you're going to grow, remember, we talked about this. You got to do your identity stack. You got to do your learning stack. Got to do your gratitude stack. You got to do your inner game work. Okay. And then you have to prospect and work hard. All right. All right. So let's go on to the next part, which is who is your perfect prospect? I'm still in the middle of page 3. So your perfect prospect. Oh my God. Okay. Your perfect prospect is now pick one ideal person. Let's create your perfect customer business partner. Remember that when you're building a team, you're going to be working with them. You want to have some commonalities with them. Why one person? Okay. You might have a resistance. Like I had a resistance at first, like, oh, I'm not going to follow the directions. I'm just going to do like multiple people. Or now I will say this, you can have more than one avatar. You can have a man and a woman and a young person and an old person. But right now I just want you to do one. And I don't care if don't worry about it being perfect. Okay. Success is messy. Just get it done. Okay. Just follow this exercise. But this, why one person? It will help us gain clarity on what to post for that person to attract them. It will also allow us to speak to one person on social media, making it easier to capture emotion and connection. Okay, so let's get specific. Go to page 4. Whoever has the printout, and page 4. So give your avatar a name. Let's call her Annie. You are free to change this name if you would like. Write your answers in your notebook. Where does Annie live? Narrow this down from country to state to city. Be specific if you can. All right. So mine is Gabriella. Her name is Gabriella Rodriguez. All right. She lives in San Antonio because I want to maybe I meet her on Facebook, but I want to be able to also have her like come over for trainings or come to our things and be able to meet her in person. Now, again, I might still attract people in other states. But so I want you guys to make your avatar local as you can. And if some of you live in the middle of nowhere, then you can't probably do it as well, right? But like if you live in like a city, make your avatar be in your city so that you can see them in person. That's a good business strategy as well, even though you probably sign them up online. Okay. How old are they? They need to be within 10 years of your age. Okay. 5 years younger or 5 years older. I would say, you're going to still, it doesn't mean you're not going to attract other people. Okay. Just play the game. They need to be kind of like you. Okay. So, around 10 years within your age. Okay. Different age groups are going to have different problem sets, right? Like someone who's young, they're just worried about how they can support their family or they have a lot of student loan debt. Someone who's in corporate America, maybe they're worried about retiring early, or someone who's retired, maybe their fires her up. What does Annie dream about? Does she want to travel more? If so, where? What places are they dreaming of? Does she dream of time freedom? And if so, what is she doing with her free time? What kind of relationship does she dream of? What is her dream occupation? In a perfect world, what does she do with her bank account? What does she wish she had with respect to health and beauty? You don't have to answer these all right now. This is part of like, once this is over, you're going to have to do the worksheet. Okay. So what keeps her awake at night? Hold on one second. All right. Had to ask Crystal to capture me on video. Okay. So what keeps her awake at night? Okay. I'm on page 5. What does she worry about? What are her biggest struggles that your product opportunity might solve? For example, does she need extra income to repay debt or retire? Does she struggle with lack of confidence because she can't lose weight? Does she feel guilty that she has to work 2 jobs so her kids are always in daycare? Etc. Does she feel that she's missing out on life and wish she could travel more and see the world? What are Annie's top 3 problems? Okay, so now that you brainstorm, and by the way, you're going to do this on the other outline, but you're going to brainstorm her top 3 problems. Pick the 3 high-stake problems that your product or opportunity solves. And I want you guys to, again, focus on the opportunity, okay? These will be the problems that you focus on and solving in your marketing. Once you have clarity here, then you will be creating content that becomes simple as you become solution-oriented and the trusted resource to solve your avatar's problems. Okay, you will become a trusted advisor. Once your avatar starts to see you as a trusted advisor, by helping them solve their problems, they will purchase your products and join your team based on your recommendations. All right. So again, if they see you talking about leadership, they see you posting when you go visit your grandma or your family, posting your grandkids, posting when you work out. They see you doing all these things. They see you posting good, positive, like maybe quotes. When you still have to invite them, right? You still have to be in the DMs, like prospecting, getting to know them and invite them. So you're not just posting and hoping people are going to say, oh, sign me up. Now you still got to do both. You got to be posting and you have to be inviting people. But when you invite them, they're going to like you because they've been watching you for the last however long period of time posting. They're going to feel honored that you reached out to them. You'll have a celebrity effect to people if you do this consistently because they'll feel like they know you. All right. So page 6, let's think about some big brands. What brands do you know? Think about a trust. So actually, we're going to stop here in the middle of page 6. And I am going to now show you my custom avatar. I'm going to show you Gabriela Rodriguez. Okay. My person that I designed. All right. Now on this second worksheet, you can fill all of this stuff out. But we're going to read page 1 together. Okay, we're going to read page 1 of the avatar thing together. Now, there are 16 key questions you need to in order to answer to create your customer avatar. When answering these questions, you're going to need to step in the shoes of your avatar profile and really think about how they would answer them. This may seem obvious, but it's not quite as easy as it may seem. For many business owners, it's difficult to think, behave, and act like their customers. Consequently, you might find it useful to initially go through all the customer avatar questions and produce a rough draft based on an outline of your avatar, and then go through them a second time once you've got a clearer mental picture in your ideal customer profile. As you progress through these questions, you'll find that in order to answer them, you need to start to dig into your avatar's character and personality and even give them a name. And remember, your avatar needs to be based on a single person, not a group of people. So your answers should be very specific. It is very important to remember your avatar is based on a single person. Once you have your avatar fully mapped out, you can use this information to create an audience, which you can target and test using boosted posts on Facebook. All right, so now let's actually go into, I'm going to share my screen. And I actually did this on Microsoft Word. This goes right along with page 2. So obviously this is being recorded. You guys are seeing my avatar. You're seeing the work that I did here. Now, I want you to make one that's unique to you, but you can use a lot of what I have here, because what I have here is really the mentality that we're looking for in business building, right? And attracting business builders. So we're going to read through this together. Number 1, who are they? Name, age, gender, etc. Gabriela Rodriguez. She's 35 years old, female. She makes $45,000. So, or maybe her children are grown. So that was one thing that in my avatar I was looking for. What is her work life like? She works in the service industry as a middle manager. She's dissatisfied with her work and knows there is more to life. Okay. What is her financial status? She makes $45,000 a year. She rents an apartment. She has a nice car with a bigger than average car payment. Okay. So I'm looking for someone who kind of wants more out of life. Maybe they have a nicer car because they feel like that's like a nice thing. But it's like they're paying for it, right? So, all right, dimension number 2. So now we're on the next page of the worksheet. What is her business or professional interests? And by the way, if you want to be like me, open up a Microsoft Word document, and I've just typed this thing out. I just literally typed the whole thing out. I was looking at this paper and just typing. All right. She has an associate's degree from San Antonio College. She didn't see the value in going further. She's educated in her field through self-education. She's stable, resourceful, and has a great head on her shoulders. How does she spend her leisure time? She spends her leisure time doing karaoke, going downtown with friends, occasional salsa dancing. She also likes the Spurs and NFL football. Where does she go? She goes to a local karaoke bar with friends. She loves to go to Fiesta in April, and she's in a friends group on social media that does things together in person. She's already a very, very social with lots of great relationships and good people skills she's learned from work. Okay, who does she hang out with or follow? She hangs out with other single ladies. She has some good guy friends as well. She follows Jennifer Lopez, Ariana Grande, Britney Spears. She's conservative leaning politically. All right. Number 3, pains. This is important, guys. This is what's going to get people to pay attention to your posts. What is Gabriella's pains? She really wants a career change to live up to her fullest potential. What are her biggest frustrations? Her biggest frustration is the job environment. She's not able to express her leadership or feel heard by management. What is her likely most common objections? Or like if I showed her a presentation, what would be her objections or negative points? Her most obvious objections are not understanding the vision of what her life can be like with a successful USANA network marketing business. If she gets the vision, she'll go all in. Okay, that is the number one thing I've found to get people like Gabriella to like become leaders. You got to show them and talk to them about what their life is going to be like. You got to share what your life is like. You've got to be able to share your pains, because she'll say, oh, I have those same pains. And you also have to share your possibilities. Okay. So that's how you get to share the vision. I want you guys to underline vision and write down vision in all caps, because that's where, I'm just going to say it, that's where you're lacking. Most of you, and including me. Simon Chan, my MLM coach, he said, Jared, you're good at a lot of like the tactics, but you suck at vision. And it hurt my feelings. But I thought about what he said, and he was right. I wasn't casting a vision. So that ends today. You guys are going to be casting vision. And how do you cast vision? You cast it with your story. So that's what we're going to talk about next. Your story casts the whole vision. All right. So what influences her decisions? A desire for a better life. She's independent and has nobody really else to influence her decisions. Pressure comes from finances and wanting freedom. So I really, my ideal avatar is very strong-minded. She's not going to like let a spouse kind of deter her from signing up. If she has a boyfriend, it's not going to deter her from signing up. That's kind of like what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that strong mindset. If she has a partner, it's not going to stop her. All right. Shout out to Active Nutrition chocolate shakes for dinner. Who else is having an Active Nutrition shake for dinner? All right. So let's keep going. Dimension 4 is understanding why she will buy the gains. Energy is higher. She's enjoying the contribution she's making by helping her team and customers get results as well. She also loves the community of like-minded friends she is making and the opportunities to travel. What does her purchase of USANA products say about her? She's ordering the Activate Your Life pack for 200 points every month on auto order. She loves the products and sees the value of having 3 business centers active. She loves having a shake each day along with her supplements. She's also intrigued by the other products. She's also willing to order more products and complete her platinum run if necessary. Okay, so the way that I get people on 200-point auto order, I want to talk to you guys about this for a second, because when you sign up a person in the beginning, you shouldn't be talking about auto order. you're going to scare them. You're going to turn them off. You're going to create a bunch of like worry about like a bill every month. You're going to have them focused on the problems. All right. So here's what I do. I sign them up and then I get them results. All right. So I'm trying to get them. I'm getting them results in the first or second week. I'm even if they schedule a presentation successfully and the person shows up and we present, that's a result. Even if the person doesn't sign up, they were successful enough to invite successfully and have the person show up. And shout out to Eric Cisneros and Cassidy Andrade. They had their first presentation on Saturday. Great job. And many, many more to come. Now, once they get paid, it's a whole different story, right? Like I'm focused on them getting paid in their second week. If not their first week. I really wanted to get it to happen in their first week, but get them a couple of wins in the first week, even small paychecks. And then you have the conversation about auto order around week 3 or even week 4, after you have them getting some wins. You need to earn the auto order. Okay. And you need to explain the whole system around week 3 or 4 after they're already in and performing. And if they're not performing, then why waste your energy? You know, they're not even doing anything. Maybe they can be on auto order later and stuff, but if they're performing, now it's time to talk. Okay, these are your 3 business centers. This is how you keep active. Oh, you love the products. Oh, you feel better. You've lost 5 pounds. Oh, you're making money. Now they're way more open to the auto order, right? So like that's how you do it. And then of course they're open. Then they're like, okay, yeah, tell me more. And oh yeah, 200-point auto order. Okay, etc. Yes, I have attracted that person, Patty. Oh, Gabrielle is not a real person. But it is based off of a lot of people, like successful people I've signed up recently. Yes. Okay. So that's how, but like, don't put them on auto order in the very beginning. Just sign them up with their pack, get them results in the first couple of weeks, and then have the conversation like on week 3 or even week 4 about their auto order after they're getting some checks. Okay. And then they'll stay on the auto order. All right. That's how you do it. All right. So let's go back to the last part. So this right here, what are her desires and aspirations? Okay. She wants to make it full-time so she can transition away from her job. She also wants to hit Diamond Director and earn multiple 6 figures with USANA. She sees USANA as her life's work and purpose. She's excited because she has an inner framework of identity stack, gratitude stack, and learning stack to go along with the tactics of building her business. She has confidence because she's taking care of her inner game. She knows she can make it. Myrna asks, how do they get checks when they're not on auto order? They're getting the checks because they signed up with 200 points. Like they need to at least sign up with 200 points to be considered a business builder, right? If they're not signing up with 200 points, then you're doing something wrong, because you need to show them the packs and you need to have them sign up and pay money and do this with a business mindset. So you got 4 weeks. You got 4 weeks to make them a check. And if they sign up for $9.95 and they didn't activate their business, I'm not trying to develop them. Okay. I'm looking for leaders. How am I going to build the largest organization in the history of network marketing in USANA with a bunch of people who didn't ever activate a business center? Right. So they have to sign up with 200 points or more. Okay. Now, you guys just saw my avatar. How did you like it? All right. So it took me some time. I had to sit there and I had to think about like what I'm looking for. And I'm still probably going to write out a male avatar as well. The male avatar that I'm thinking of has a family and kids, and he is a little bit different than Gabriella. And so I'm going to write out a male avatar as well. But my avatar is going to be in his 30s. I'm 42. Eric and Cassidy, you guys are 18 and 19 years old. So your avatar needs to be like 20 or 18 or 19. Okay. Your avatar needs to be like around your age and have your similar problems so that they can relate to you. Okay. Yes. Crystal does have an avatar, John. Okay. So I am teaching auto order before it is due. Thank you. Yeah, but it's not going. Yeah, I'm not going to go into that in the first week or on the presentation. Yes. Thank you, Patty. Thank you for clarifying that. All right. So Now, guys and gals, it's time for the next part of our training. This right here is, we're going back to the first document. This is called the pain to pleasure bridge. This is a powerful exercise that takes everything that you did in your ideal avatar and creates a specific framework for your specific product or opportunity that you're marketing. So everybody, go to page 7. Page 7. Now, you see here, like the whole thing's already drawn out, but we're going to actually, you're going to have to actually draw like some things around it here. Okay. And some of you don't have this, so I'm going to actually draw this out for you. Okay. But on page 7, the problem, you want to identify a problem that your ideal avatar is having, that your solution can help you to create a possibility. For example, you're promoting a weight loss program or product. One problem is they're overweight. The possibility is they can become skinny. Another problem is they're tired and have no energy. The possibility is they become energetic. Your solution, which is USANA, is the bridge that connects their problem to your possibility. The mistake that people make is they talk about the solution too much. They're talking about USANA and blah, 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 blah. People don't care about the solution. They care about the possibility for themselves and the emotion of the pain they're going through. Okay, USANA should be about this much, and the pain should be about this much. And guess what? It's the pain of your own pain that you share that makes you relatable. Okay, so let's actually get into this and let's draw this out. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is draw this out. Okay, so everybody who's watching and doesn't have the printout, this is what you need. You need to write this out. This is your problem, the problems that you're dealing with. The pit of pain is where you need to focus. You need to talk about your pain. That's when people are going to really connect with you. And then your possibilities after the pain. Okay. And then you talk very little about your solution. Okay. So, so what are some problems associated with people who are like, who want to build a business, right? Or who are looking for a business builder, somebody who could be a leader in your vision to create the largest organization in the history of network marketing. Type in the comments, what are some problems that a business builder would have? What are they dealing with? Time, income, okay. Okay, job, system, boss. Okay, so we're gonna do a couple of these, okay? So one of the problems could be time, right? Okay, another one could be income. Another one could be, well, let's see, time, income. We're going to just choose like 3 of them right now. Time, income. Actually, I'm going to look at my printout because I have it right here. It's going to be like job, basically like they're not happy at their job. Okay. We're going to put job life. Now, when you tell your story, you have to say something like, prior to USANA, I got started and I had, I did not have much time. But then you have to talk about 3 things in the pit of pain related to time that you were dealing with. And then, income wise, now income is different for different demographics, right? Like if you're trying to retire early, then you're going to have 3 different pains around income than if you're providing for your family and you're a new father, or et cetera, right? So this is going to change kind of based on who you are. And then your job life, you're going to have to share the pit of pain of your job life. All right. So you have to have 3 reasons, 3 painful points for time, 3 painful points for income, and 3 painful points for job life. So if I was to just demonstrate this, like time, man, I never saw my family. That's number 1. It would break my heart to get pictures of my kids taking their first steps when I was working. So that's number 2. Number 3, I missed a big family event, like my kid's basketball game, that like he scored like the most points and they won the championship. And it broke my heart to miss that game. Okay. So that's your pit of pain, right? Your income. So here's mine. Prior to starting my business, I was really struggling with my income. I lived in the ghetto of Denton, Texas, in the wrong part of town by the cemetery. I was worried about my car and like if people would break into it. I didn't know if I could support a future family teaching music because I just was barely paying my bills. So I was really worried about ever having like a family or whatever. And also I didn't see that I could really ever get ahead. Like my future income with being a music teacher, I felt like I'd be stuck the rest of my life. And it was very frustrating. So that's the pain, right? So here they are. 1, 2, 3. You have to actually write these things out. Okay. So what if they're retirement? Those without enough retirement? Yeah. I mean, you got to be supportive. You got to be creative, right? On your pit of pain. All right. Now, job life. Okay. Job life. So basically that's like saying, oh my God, I'm still working at this job while I build my business, but I've been dissatisfied with the toxic work environment. My boss like doesn't listen to me, and it's just a real negative energy all the time. Number 2, I don't see like a future in this job. Like I don't want to be like my general manager who never sees his family. And I just don't see that I don't want to stay in this job forever. Right. And then number 3, the commute's killing me, man. I'm in traffic like 45 minutes both ways. I just don't want to live the rest of my life in a car 2 hours a day. Okay. So you see, the pit of pain is where people are going to relate to you. So this is not just used in presentations. Now, this is obviously needs to be used in presentations. When you give a presentation, you need to be so prepared with your story, because that's where you cast the vision. If you want to build one of the largest organizations in the history of network marketing in USANA, you have got to paint a picture, and you've got to be proficient at sharing your pain. And then when you share your pain, then you go to the possibilities. Even if you don't have the results yet, we're talking about possibilities here. Okay. So the possibility, what's the opposite of if you have lack of time, then what's the solution? The possibility is getting your time back, right? Now, getting your time back is also, there's 3 things you got to share about that as well. Like once that you have your time back, because that's the possibility of pleasure. Next is income. The term is making money, right? Like even if you made 1 check or a couple of checks, you're making money, and you have the possibility of making more, right? And then you have three things. And then the third one is the job life. And really that's going to be more like being your own boss and being, creating job freedom, really. Okay. So getting your time back is basically your story goes like this. I found USANA, and obviously, it's not a guarantee, but I have the possibility of earning my time back. I have the possibility of being there for my family's events. And I can now be at my family's events with this. I can see my children grow up and be at their moments when they take their first steps. So you have to think through this, guys. You got to spend some time, right, thinking through this. The income part, making money. Now that I can now put myself in a position to move to a nicer part of town, paying off my student loan debts and credit card debt, and being able to provide for my family better. And then if you have a story on that, it's like, oh yeah, the income I make is actually able to pay for my car payment right now, or my mortgage, or things like that. If you're making $1,000 a month, like, so you have to paint the picture. You gotta show the pain, and then you gotta paint the picture. All right. Same with job freedom. You know what? I love USANA because I get to be my own boss, and I love the people I work with. It's the most positive environment I've ever been in. I get to live up to my fullest potential, something I could never do at my job. Okay. So and then the third thing would be, we had toxic work environment, living up to my potential. And there was something else about the job life. I forget what it was off the top of my head. So this is how you cast the vision. We talked about vision, right? This is what's going to get people to follow you. This is something that you can use in your posts. You could put a picture. You know who's really good at this? Clara Martinez. She's on the line. Shout out to Clara. Go follow her at Claire Martinez. If you're there, Clara, type in your Instagram and your Facebook. She'll make a picture, and then she'll share all her pit of pain. And then she'll share possibilities at the end. And when you share your pit of pain, you know what you're doing? You're doing an MVP post. MVP post. All right. That's a massive vulnerability post. All right. You want to be an MVP? You want to do an MVP once a week. Massive vulnerability post. Share the pit of pain, and then put some possibility at the end. This is not just for presentations. This is for your posts. Okay, MVP. All right, so that's your assignment. Your assignment tonight is to do an MVP post. And if you do, then you send it to me, and I'm going to recognize you. Okay, MVP posts. Who's going to do an MVP post? Type in MVP in the chats. And if you do, I'm going to screenshot it. Who's going to do an MVP post? All right, we got some MVPs coming in. And Davis, Jillian, Maria, Floor, Deanna, May, Sophie, John, Joe, Juliana, Randy, Liz, Abigail, Darby, Shauna. Awesome. David. Very good, guys. So, Barbara, I'm going to screenshot some of this. Patty, Peggy, Paula. MVP is massive vulnerability post. Massive vulnerability post. I got to just screenshot everyone's name who said they were going to do it. All right. So, Sims Aldover, awesome. Okay. So this happens again this has to happen in your presentation. at a certain point, if you're doing a slideshow presentation, you know, the first slide is like, let me tell you a story, or one of the first few slides. You need to have this story well written and developed so you can share your pain and then share your possibilities. Okay. Without making income claims. Now, the same thing goes with the health part of USANA. Again, you cannot make health claims. So you always have to say, like, you know, USANA is not a cure. All right. And you got to be careful not to make health claims. And the same thing with the income claims. You got to say, you know, this is not a guarantee of income, but these are the possibilities, you know? And if they also use the income disclaimer, if you did say like a result. Okay. But if you speak in terms of possibilities, then you're better off. Okay. Deanna says she did one this week and got a great response. That's awesome, Deanna. So the same thing goes with your health. So I'm going to show you guys an example of the health. Agneta asks for that. Here you go. So again, I want you guys to take time with this and type these out or write them out. So here's what I got. You got to be, when I say succinct, okay. When I say succinct, I mean, like, you don't want to talk a lot about the problems. You want to talk about the pain. You don't want to talk always about the possibilities. You want to talk about the pleasure that comes from the possibilities, right? So financial stress for parents would be, you can't buy your kids a school clothes, right? So, man, you know, I was dealing with financial stress. I couldn't buy the clothes for my kids. I couldn't pay for their activities. And I felt like a bad parent. I could never take them on vacation. And, you know, USANA is not a guarantee of income, but I have the possibility by growing my business that I can get my kids the school clothes on time. I can pay for their activities, and my goal is to take them on a vacation. That's it. You just painted a picture that attracts a leader. Financial stress for younger people. You know, I couldn't pay my student loans, live in a not bad part of town, couldn't support a future family. You know, USANA is not a guarantee of income, but I have a possibility here as I build this to pay off my student loans and be able to live in a nicer part of town and a plan to support my future family. Okay. Overweight. Okay. So then you also need to share your health story. You could share your health story on a post, or you could share it in your presentation as well. You know, I was overweight. I was embarrassed. I couldn't fit on the seats in the airplane. I was self-conscious. I did not like how I looked in pictures. I'd see my double chin. I'd be like, oh my God, Jared, you know, and I'd be depressed and I just didn't like how I looked, and I lost 10 pounds. I did the reset and I'm so much happier. I'm so much more confident. I love how I look in pictures now, and I'm excited for my life. You guys get it? Okay. Tired. Oh man, I was so tired prior to getting on the products. You know, I couldn't think. I wasn't productive. I was unhappy. USANA is not a cure, but it's given me so much energy. I'm clear-headed. I'm super productive, and I'm happy again. So you see, if you take the time to do this, how good you can become, right? So just type this stuff out and plan and practice it. Aches and pains. I was always hurting. I couldn't lift things. I stand in bed. You know, USANA is not a cure, but man, today I'm pain-free. I'm clear-headed, super productive, and happy. Brain fog. You know, I couldn't think. I was confused, forgetful. It was like embarrassing. I'd forget, like I'd walk into a room and didn't know why I walked in there. You know, USANA is not a cure, but man, it's helped me so much with my energy. I'm super clear-headed, productive, and happy. No time, missing out on family events, no time for myself, overworked. Man, I have a possibility. You know, USANA is not a guarantee, but I have a possibility of getting my time back, being able to attend family events, having time for myself, and being happy. Okay, so you guys get the idea, right? You've got to do this. This is only 1% of marketers ever get to this good. All right. This is why I invested over $3,000 in this program, right? Like, this is some serious stuff. Okay. So, but you gotta treat it seriously. You don't pay attention unless you pay. That's why you had to buy a ticket to Diamond U, because you paid to be here. Okay. And that's why you're going to pay attention. All right. So, it's time to go to the last part of the training tonight. And then we will open it up for questions, and then also create time for you to actually write some of this stuff out. So how many of you guys are loving this? It's pretty cool, right? Agneta asks, is this for talking versus posting? It's for both. It's for both. You know, when you do a presentation, you definitely got to do this. But when you do posts, like, again, not every post needs to be an MVP post. Do an MVP post once a week. I mean, post about going to hang out with your grandkids and be with your family, or when you go to the movies, show your life, post leadership memes, do a massive vulnerability post once a week. Then like, that's how you do it. Okay. All right. So let's go on to, I think we went through pages 7 and 8. So now we're on page 9 for those of you who have the printout. And it, so Agneta, yeah, you know, I wouldn't mention USANA on your posts. I would mention your online business. You know, thanks to my online business, I have this possibility and that possibility. Great question, Agneta. Thank you. All right. Thanks for your comments, guys. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love. All right. So now it's time to go to page 9. We're going to talk about character development system. So did everyone get this? I'm sure you guys did, right? All you guys got this? Okay. Shout out to Active Nutrition Chocolate Nutrimilk. And shout out to collagen. And this one is I put a full scoop of the collagen, and then I put like a half scoop of Fiber G Active. So it's kind of like a little collagen Fiber G mix here. All right. So character development system. There isn't much coaching on this subject. There isn't much coaching on this subject. Part of the identity creation system is the character development system. And the system is important because your character is essentially the sum of values and virtues that you live by. It's who you are. Your reputation is is who people think you are. Sometimes a good character can hurt your reputation. But when you focus on your character and not your reputation, results will manifest themselves. Okay, so we're going to all write this down. Character is who you are. All right. Reputation is who people think you are. So we need to focus on character. Okay, so network marketers fail because they focus on reputation instead of their character. Okay, now what is good character? Good character is when you consistently do the things you know you should do and you don't do the things you know you shouldn't do. All right, so we're going to actually write that down too, because like what is good character? That's what it is. That's the definition. Keyword is consistently. All right, so this is kind of a lot to write down, but I want you all to take the time to write this. Consistently doing what you know you should do and consistently not doing what you know you shouldn't do. Now, I'm talking about character in like all areas of your life, specifically though around business and health. All right, so type in the comments, what do you know you should do consistently in your business? Type it in the chats. I see daily calls, prospect, present, post on social media daily, prospect, show up, write regular newsletters, post consistently, develop relationships, follow up. Good. You guys know what you should be doing. I know everyone on this call has a lot of character. All right. DMO. That's right. Encourage others. Yes. Okay. Now, what shouldn't you do in your business? What should, I mean, like this is like not, let's say consistently not doing what you know you should. Oh, I see. Hold on. Yeah. So things you shouldn't do. What are things you shouldn't do in your business? Procrastination, complain and blame, spend hours watching TV, complain about others, not following up, gossip. Good job. Good job. So that means that you're consistently not complaining. You're consistently not spending hours watching TV. You're consistently not just scrolling. You're consistently not, right? And you guys know who does, you know who does what they should do because you can see their posts, you can see their results, right? And you know also on the other side. But the question is, how do you strengthen character? How do you get yourself to do more of this? Right? How do you get yourself to do more of this and less of this? Okay. So let's talk about this because look, no one's perfect. No one has like a perfect, track record, right? But all we can do is strengthen our character. All we can do is strengthen our character. So this is what we talked about, a character development system. Okay. So we have to have a system to follow to strengthen our character. Thank you, Becky. Yes, exaggerate. All right. So continuing to read here on page 9. This program helps you shape a powerful identity. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in the second paragraph, in the middle of the second paragraph. Character development is so powerful because when character is instilled at a deep level, your behavior becomes much more automatic because it becomes who you are. This helps you shape a powerful identity. As you focus on your character, you are programming your identity. This develops the law of consistency and commitment. You will remain consistent and committed to who you say you are. What happens is, from an attraction standpoint, when you live by a set of powerful virtues, you show them consistently and you show up as those virtues consistently, you naturally attract people who live by the same virtues or aim to. So it's so simple. You want to build the biggest organization in the history of network marketing in USANA? You have to be that leader. You want to attract leaders? You have to be that leader. Again, I'm about to give you the steps, but you got to do the work. All right. Now, the character development system is going to help you make decisions and direct your life. I'm on the 4th paragraph here on page 9. When you get your core virtues that you're committed to living by all dialed in, it makes life and decision-making easier. The largest companies in the world that are leading their industries are dedicated by a list of core values. It states what they stand for and the decisions they make flow from those values. The companies that live by powerful core values are more likely to create long-term success. Okay, page 10, determine your ideal values or virtues. Now it's time to create your ideal values or virtues. To do this, ask yourself, what do my core virtues need to be to live my ultimate life? Okay, so we're going to take a pause on page 10 because I need to show you some of the backtracking you're going to have to do to really develop your character development system. Okay, like remember I told you there's 2 other videos I already did that I'm going to provide to you that you're going to have to go back and do the work and like give yourself some time, do like 1 video a week. Okay. But I want you guys to, I want you to do it and really get this character development system down. Right. So, all right. So here is the character development system. Hold on. Okay. Your identity stack, your gratitude stack, and your learning stack. Now, why do we say stack? Because you're stacking like an athlete. You know how an athlete, if they get good sleep, if they do 2 workouts a day, if they get proper nutrition, if they visualize success in their sport, and then they do this day after day and after day, they're stacking all of these habits to become an elite athlete. Well, you have to actually stack all of this stuff psychologically. It's called psychological fuel stacking. Okay, so I can write it here. Psychological fuel stacking. If you want to write that down, PFS. So this is how you build leaders, and this is how you become a leader yourself. You need to do this and model it for your team, and teach it to your team, and then reward it. Have games around it. See who can do their stacks every day. Now, the identity stack is a couple of things. So, let's see, I'm going to write this right here. In week 1, when you go back and watch the video, personal vision statement. You make a personal vision statement and you read it every morning. It only takes a couple minutes to read it every morning. Okay. Number 2. Core purpose. It's just 4 or 5 sentences. That's your core purpose. Why did God put you on this planet? It only takes 1 minute to read that every morning. Okay. Number 3. Core virtues. So on week 2, you'll make your core purpose. On week 3, you're going to do your core virtues, which is today. We're going to do core virtues today. All right. So when I wake up in the morning now, ever since I started this program, I'm reading these 3 things. It only takes me 5 minutes? 5-6 minutes. I read my personal vision statement. It inspires the heck out of me. I see a vision of me building the largest organization in the history of network marketing in USANA. I see my leaders creating all these results. And I see my leaders becoming legends themselves. I see myself as one of the most trusted industry experts, like things like that, right? Like I see my relationship with my family awesome, and with Crystal awesome. I read my core purpose, why I'm on this planet, and I read my core virtues. Okay, it doesn't take very long, 5 minutes maybe. And then the next thing is your gratitude stack. That you're going to learn this also in week 1, but gratitude stack is it's just a quick list of 5 things you're grateful for that day, including one person. So this morning, I was grateful for Crystal. I was grateful for my housekeeper who came and helped me clean my house yesterday. I was grateful for my clean closet upstairs, and my clean closet in my room. Like I had Teresa come over and we spent 6 hours cleaning my house yesterday, and I am like jazzed. Okay. So I thought about that this morning, like for 5 minutes. So you write a list of 5, and then hold on. You meditate 1 minute on each. So the key is that you have to have a timer. So I go into my iPhone, I set the timer for 1 minute and 5 seconds. And for that minute, I close my eyes and I think about how grateful I am for Teresa. And I'm thinking, I'm so grateful she comes over and she's like excited to work. And she's just like got all this energy, and she's 70 years old and she's just amazing. If you're in San Antonio and you want a great housekeeper, let me know. I'll get you in touch with Teresa. But like, guys, I'm just so grateful for her. And then the minute goes by. Okay. Then the next thing on my list, the next thing was grateful for Crystal, right? It's actually Crystal was the number one. So then I set the timer for 1 minute and 5 seconds. I think about all the things I'm grateful for Crystal. And like the fun we had last night. We went to the movies and we just hung out. We had a good night. Like, so then the minute goes by. Then I think about my closet. I'm so grateful for my closet in my living room. All the Christmas stuff's in there. It's all perfectly organized. And I just love my closet now. And the minute goes by. So you guys get it. You go through this 5-minute thing. Well, guess what? This is going to increase your happiness by 25%. Who wants to increase their daily happiness by 25%? Just by doing this 5-minute exercise of gratitude. All right. Now, the last thing, this is the most powerful thing of the gratitude stack, is you text the one person. It can be more than one person, but you need to at least text one person a gratitude text. This one step will transform your relationships, because every day you're sending out some awesome text. It only has to be one. Okay. If you have 5 people you're grateful for, you only have to send one of them the text. Unless you're inspired, you send all 5, but just one. Okay. So I send it to Crystal many days because that helps our relationship. But I'll send it to Teresa, or I'll send it to my Bitcoin mentor. I sent him one like the other day. So you guys get it? This is the gratitude stack. If you don't, you need to use a timer, because otherwise it could take you might sit there for 15 minutes, or you might like, don't make it take a lot. I do this later. I do the text later. In the morning, I just do the 5-minute thing. And then later on in the day, I send the text. Okay. So you do it however you want, but don't make it long. Like, this identity stack should take 5 minutes, and gratitude stack should take 5 minutes. When you wake up in the morning, this shouldn't take too long. Even if you wake up at 4 a.m. to go to work in corporate America, like, you could still do your identity stack real quick for 5 minutes and then do your gratitude stack and text the person later. All right. Now, the learning stack. So again, this is not a ton of work. You just got to start doing it, right? You got to take the time and lay the foundation. Now, the learning stack is, it's one or the other here. Okay. So here it is. Okay, so the learning stack, got a little glare here. Story of my life. Okay, so the learning stack it takes 40 minutes to do your learning stack. And you have to do this every day, at least 6 days a week, okay? Which is read 10 pages of a personal development book and take notes. That should take you around 40 minutes. Or 30 minutes of a personal development audio and take notes. All right. So you've got to read books, like books, right? Like 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, or Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, or Developing Leaders Around You, or like you've got to constantly be learning new things to help you become a better leader. And this has got to be a dedication and a discipline. This is not an option. I've given you a recipe here for leadership. You can't leave out. This is the eggs. This is the flour. This is the sugar, right? Like, you're going to leave out the eggs and your cake's not going to turn out. All right. So now look, you guys have been on this training for 90 minutes. You've done your learning stack today. You've done your learning stack. You've been on a long time and you've been taking notes. So you did it today. Okay. But if you're not on a webinar learning and taking notes, if you're just on a webinar, you're not really learning much, then you got to make sure you did this today and read 10 pages of a personal development book and notes, or 30 minutes of a personal development audio and notes, like Audible, like an Audible audiobook, right? I take notes and then that gives me things to post. That gives me things I can post on my social media. If you guys go look at my last Facebook Live, it came from me reading Developing the Leaders Around You. And then I gave people tips off of that. Now, for my spiritual people out there, okay, I like to read Course in Miracles, and I read Course in Miracles like 40 minutes a day, probably on my own. That does not count. Okay, so your spiritual, like if you read the Bible or you read Course in Miracles or whatever your religion is, your spiritual life, that's a whole different part of your life that does not count for this. Okay. I used to think that my Course in Miracles reading counted for this. And then Simon Chan, you know, he always gives me a nice little slap. And he said, nope, does not count. Okay. So your spiritual life has got to be a different part. Still do your spiritual stuff, obviously, but that does not count for the learning stack for your character development system. Okay. So ideally this 40 minutes might happen when you're on a commute, but then you have to take the notes. If you're not taking notes, then you don't have stuff you can train on. You should have so many notes that you can always pull content to do trainings or to do posts. Okay. So is everyone clear on the character development system? And by watching the prior two videos, you're going to develop your personal vision statement and your core purpose. And you're going to also get tips on social media, and there's lots of things. So we'll probably text out they're 2 YouTube videos. We'll probably we'll probably email those out to our list. And then there's also printouts, and I'm going to put the printouts in the description of the videos on YouTube. Okay. Yes, Vicky, I take my notes electronically. I have a second, actually in my notepad of my iPhone, I speak into them, and that's how I take my notes. Yeah. All right. So did everyone screenshot this? Screenshot this if you need to. If you don't have it already, this is not in your printout. So if you didn't write this out, you need to screenshot this. All right, I'm going to erase. You know what's crazy? If you don't develop your character, you know how many stories there are of network marketers who made all this money and then they lost it all? Or they built this team and then like everyone dropped out and they like had to rebuild because they just weren't strong enough. You will figure out a way to self-sabotage. If you're not working on your character and you're not working on, these things I just outlined, your identity, you know how important your identity is? If you don't handle your inner identity stuff and change the meanings, you will certainly self-sabotage. I've self-sabotaged. I've lost money and leaders and things, right? So we all have to do this work, man. Like this is the game. You want to go to the highest, heights, you got to do this work. Okay. And teach this work. By the way, I'm teaching this to you guys is the way I learn it. Okay. So I want you guys to actually teach this to your teams too. Okay. You can teach this to your teams. You guys can also obviously enroll in any of Matt Morris's programs. They're phenomenal. But I like how he gives us the permission to teach, because that's actually an advanced learning strategy, right? So teach this to your teams. Okay. So, now it's time to go on to page 10. Determine your ideal values or virtues. Okay. So type in the, oh no, I don't want you guys to type. I'm just going to read this. Okay. What do my core virtues need to be to live my ultimate life and my purpose? What virtues are going to fuel my 8 F's: faith, family, field, finances, fitness, friends, fun, and fuel for my mind? Okay. That 8 F's thing, that was from the previous weeks. So you'll get that. Just We'll put that in the email to the Diamond U ticket holders. Okay. All I'm going to send you is a link. It's going to say YouTube video week 1, YouTube video week 2. It's going to be that simple. Okay. What virtues have I been living by? Are there any values that need to be eliminated? Okay, so there's some values that need to be eliminated too. So like not core values is not just about like the good things. It's also sometimes we value comfort, or we value vanity, or we value insensitivity, cowardice. Okay, like there's different values that aren't like good that we have to think about too. Okay. Strong character is going to lead to a great life. Your character magnifies success in every area of your life. You'll build strong character by focusing on your core virtues and maintaining a level of discipline towards living them out. Okay, so I want everyone to write that down. Focus on core virtues, maintain a level of discipline. Okay. All right. So, determine your core values. List the virtues that you have been living by. Aim for 5 to 7. Next, create a new list of virtues that will equal a powerful character. When you write the virtue, also write what it means to you. You'll then focus on those virtues, commit to them, and remind yourself when necessary. Then, as part of your daily power ritual, you will look at these values. Choose one of them that you will focus on and work on for that day. All right, so that's the end of the printout. Now, the third thing that some of you or many of you printed out was the list here of core virtues. There's like, I don't know, over 100 of these core virtues. But what really helped me do this was actually hearing Matt Morris's core values or core virtues. And then I had one of my team members actually transcribe them, Matt Morris's, and she typed it in a little chat in my little small group, because we're all in like small groups of people who invested in this program. And so I made mine kind of based off of Matt's, but then I changed mine as well. Like I kind of took what he had, and then I took out some of Matt's virtues and I put some of the things that are more important to me. But the best way you can learn how to do this is to model. So I'm going to show you mine, and I just want you guys to screenshot mine. And then I want you to screenshot mine and then model it, and then maybe change it to some of your own, because it's nice to model someone who wants to build a large organization in network marketing, right? We all have that kind of goal here on this call. So that's why I like to model Matt as well. So let's go to that. Thank you, Juliana. 125 words on the list. All right. So here is some of my old core virtues versus my new core virtues. I had to kind of think about this. For me, I've always been big on spiritual growth. Like I put awakening here. That's always been, even since I was like a young man at 20 years old, I was always about enlightenment and things like that. So that's really probably my main driving force in my life. One of my old core virtues is hard work. I've always been kind of a grinder. But now health and vitality is becoming one of my virtues. Achievement has always been a driving force, right? Like going diamond and like being a top earner and being a top achiever. And actually Matt Morris said he removed achievement and he focuses now on purpose and impact, so that basically the achievement happens naturally once you're being very successful at purpose and impact. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not still going to put it out there that we're to be around purpose and impact. That's how it's going to happen, right? So I'm not telling you guys to chicken out, like still have goals, but again, like that's part of this shift here. One of Matt's old one is determination. I would say that's been one for me as well. Energy and passion is now one of my focuses. Kaizen is the art of constant improvement. I kept that one. Comfort, I can definitely say comfort has been a value of mine. I'm gonna really focus on moving away from comfort and more towards authenticity. Sacrifice has been a big one for me. And probably not the best one. Peacefulness is now one of mine. I think it's probably been already, with kind of goes along with my awakening stuff. And then insensitivity for me, it's I've had a hard time sometimes being sensitive to my team members. And so insensitivity, right? Like if you're not very empathetic, some people are naturally empathetic. I'd say a lot of times women are naturally empathetic, right? Like caregivers or mothers or things like that. And men are a little bit more rough, like not as sensitive. So I think that's really something to work on. And for me, it's forgiveness. That's one of the main virtues that I'm focusing on. Okay. So you want to take mine, you could take my old ones and my new ones and look at them, maybe adopt some of them and then change some of them for you. But does everyone screenshot this, or did everyone write these down? Okay. So I'm just going to give you guys a second to write these down. All right. Now, once you do this, okay, so you got to kind of think about your old core virtues, and then you have to make some new core virtues. So actually that's like part of the assignment, is to like write out an old versus new on core virtues. Then the last thing of this assignment is to write out what they actually mean to you. Okay, so I'm going to read mine to you. So awakening. So the most important thing in my life is gaining full awareness of the nothingness that is the ego thought system, seeing the total innocence in my brothers and sisters, completely integrating the Holy Spirit thought system, remembering God's love that has always been there to its fullest extent. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is my greatest tool in this dream. It is what will empower complete awakening. Health and vitality. Physical health is my greatest asset while I appear to be here in this dream. Supports the awakening process. Taking care of my body with excellent eating habits, workouts, and nutrition comes first. Kaizen. I'm committed to constant improvement, not from being perfect, but from taking bold action and not being afraid to fail. Energy and passion. I am filled with energy and passion towards loving others, seeing innocence and God's love everywhere. Purpose and impact. I am committed to making a positive impact in the lives of others, believing that within each individual lies unlimited love, wisdom, happiness, and possibility. Authenticity. I am exactly at peace with who I am. My transparency and realness open up powerful connections with others. And peacefulness. I have a sense of inner calm no matter what is happening around me. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a minute to screenshot these or write them out, or however you need to. And then I'm only going to put the last ones there. And I'm going to go get my my personal vision statement. I'm going to show that to you here real quick to end this call. And we still have 10 minutes. So I'll be right back. Okay. So when I wake up in the morning, like this is like my routine. I have these papers sitting right here next to my bed. So the best thing to do in the morning is look at this when you're groggy. So wake up in the morning and read this before you look at your phone. Why? Because you get to access your alpha brainwaves. Your alpha brainwaves is what accesses your subconscious mind. And the second you look at this phone, the blue light from this phone, it wakes up your brain. It's called beta brainwaves. And you go into to-do list mode. You want to say, oh, what happened on social media last night? Who emailed me? What this, what that? And your brainwaves change. So don't look at your phone. Like, even if you get your phone as your alarm, turn off the alarm. Don't look at this phone. Instead, look at your core purpose. Okay. So I read my core purpose. My core purpose is to help entrepreneurs in USANA, in my USANA organization, become the most powerful leaders and step into their unlimited potential, to enjoy peak experiences and adventures around the world, to be an excellent husband to Crystal, to leave a legacy of multi-generational love, success, wealth, and contribution to my family. And actually, I'm tired. I'm like looking at this and I'm not actually saying it out loud. I'm just like reading it in my head. I'm like, and then I flip it around and I have my personal vision statement right here. Okay. So, Jared CREBS is one of the most iconic, trusted, and legendary figures in USANA and in the network marketing profession. Having gone from a 10-year plateau at 6 figures to building one of the largest organizations in the history of network marketing, he's inspired millions of people to live up to their highest potential. As an activist for human potential, Jared's transformational leadership has helped create several $1 million per year earners and thousands of 6-figure earners within his legendary USANA organization. He has redefined what is possible within USANA. He also has a rock solid relationship with USANA corporate management. He's definitely trusted by them. He's in their inner circle. It is a beautiful relationship and partnership. Jared is a leader that other leaders are looking for. He has created extreme wealth for his leaders in every area of their lives. It is holistic and balanced wealth with great business success, personal relationship success, health and wellness success, and a dedication to constant growth disciplines. Many of Jared's leaders have become legendary figures themselves. Jared is a consummate learner, always studying and growing. This practice, along with his fierce work ethic, competitive drive, and undeniable business ethics, has allowed him to create one of the largest and most successful organizations in USANA, the gold standard. Jared has achieved success while staying spiritually aligned, at peace, overjoyed with happiness, and continually inspired to transform lives. He keeps his body in ideal shape as a peak performance athlete. He maintains perfect health and a ripped, muscular body, feeling boundless levels of energy and passion. The pinnacle of success is his incredible love he shares with his family. He and his wife, Crystal, share a lifelong loyalty towards each other as best friends and passionate lovers. Jared also spends time with his dad, his stepmom, both sisters, and their families in total harmony whenever they are together. Jared's investments pay him millions per year. He is a Bitcoin millionaire many times over. He and Crystal live in a 10,000 square foot dream home in Alamo Heights. He travels in his chartered private jet between his oceanfront home in Florida and his mountain home in Utah. He loves doing retreats with his teams. Developing leaders is his greatest passion, and he's known for getting his new team members to elevate. Thank you, everybody. And then I read, that only takes, what did that take? 2 minutes? Hi, stepmom. You're in my vision. All right. So that only took like 2 minutes, right? I mean, we're not talking about a lot of time. And then I read my affirmations and my declarations. By the way, that's next week's stuff we're going to do. But not everybody's going to do it, but I'll tell you how you guys can be on the next one. And then I read my core virtues. Okay. Then I do the 5-minute gratitude. And then I do my learning. I can do my learning in the morning, but some of you might have to go to work. So maybe you have to do your learning like in the afternoon or on the commute or whatever. But identity, right? You guys see, it's really not that hard, but you've got to develop this. That's what's going to get you to do the work. Okay. And also to get you stronger. How many of you loved this training tonight? Thank you. Thank you for all your kind comments. So there is a, this training has been going for 3 weeks. I did the first 2 weeks with just my team, and we launched Diamond U, and I just got the idea. I was like, I should offer this, because I know how good a training this is. Like, I should offer this to anybody who buys a Diamond U ticket by that Wednesday, right? So, I mean, I think it was a great idea. But next week, week 4, it's really just for my team next week. Okay. But I've decided that I want to open up an offer for you to join next week if you want to get on our week 4 training. All right. So you ready for the pitch? Here's the pitch. Anybody who enrolls one person for Diamond U can be on next Sunday's training. One person, you've got to get one team member, one or more, registered for Diamond U, and you can come back to this training. Now, the way you're going to have to do this, I'm going to give you the steps right here, is you're going to have to register them, and then you're going to have to email info@diamonduniversity.live saying who it was. And whoever does that, you and your new person will be invited to this next Sunday's training. And if you don't invite anybody, you can just buy another ticket. And if you buy a second ticket, then your assignment is to recruit someone and use that ticket as a carrot, saying, hey, if you sign up, I'll give you a ticket. All right. So even if it's the $59 or the $108, I think you should do the $108, because the super VIP is you see yourself as a leader, right? You think you're going to build one of the largest organizations in history of network marketing, and you won't spend an extra $49 on a super VIP, right? Like, so any of you who aren't super VIP, I want you guys to upgrade. Okay. But that's not part of this. I'm talking about, this is separately different. Okay. So, simple, enroll someone or buy an extra ticket, and then email info@diamonduniversity.live. I'm going to write this out for you, and you'll get a special invite to next week's training. It'll be the same time, and it'll be recorded. If you miss it, you'll get the recording. Okay. So let me type this, or let me write this out. Step 1. I'm just going to hold that up for you guys, so you can screenshot this, enroll a new person for Diamond U, or buy an extra ticket for Diamond U. Email the name of your new person or that you bought an extra ticket to info@diamonduniversity.live. Okay. It's .live. It's not .com. Okay. And I want to double the size of this training. I mean, think about it. You enroll a team member and you get them on this training. We could have over 100 on this next week's training. Right. And we're all going to build up to Diamond U. Thank you, Dad. info@diamonduniversity.live. And by the way, if you enroll, like, let's say you enrolled 5 people, like let's say that some of you, you enrolled 5 people for Diamond U this week. All 5 of them can get on this training on next Sunday. So it's not just like the first person. If you got more than one, is everyone clear on that? So like, obviously get your whole teams registered. But if you don't have somebody, like some of you are brand new, you don't have a team, then just buy an extra ticket for Diamond U. And then, you're going to use that ticket as a tool. It's not a bad thing to have buy an extra $59 ticket, like you don't have to buy even the super expensive or super VIP one. Right. So that's my offer to you guys. So who's going to do it? Say Diamond in the chats. If you're going to do this, you're going to get this done and be on next week's training. I want to see Diamond in the chats. Oh, lots of diamonds. Yeah, you could also sell your ticket later for sure. We could transfer your ticket to whoever. Look at all those diamonds. Sweet. So yeah, they'll get today's training as well. I'll just give them probably like a link to the YouTube video or something. So, okay. Well, I can't believe it. It took every minute of the 2 hours. It was a lot, right, guys? But sometimes when you're excited, sometimes it's like time flies, right? Like when you're so into it, like I don't even feel like exhausted because it's like so inspiring. It's like I think that's when where you're meant to be. But this concludes tonight's training. I'm going to go ahead. Your assignment tonight is to do the virtues, the pain versus pleasure, and your avatar. Okay, you got 3 things you got to do. And we'll send out the recording of this video so you can basically rewatch it and kind of figure out what you got to do. But if you want to play full out, then get it done by next Sunday. Okay? You have a week to get it done. It's probably going to take a couple hours. You got to schedule in the time. Me and Crystal, we scheduled in the time. We were doing this stuff around Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday